Look at this. Look at this. See that? Physically grabbing her, applying pressure, pushing her. Look at Brittany Griner.
New video has surfaced showing the moment Caitlin Clark, widely seen as the WNBA's biggest star and a major reason for the league's recent surge in popularity, was injured. And what it shows isn't just upsetting, it's alarming. It points to a deeper issue: the league is struggling with overly aggressive play. And now, their top player has become the latest victim of a system that doesn't seem equipped, or maybe even willing, to protect its stars. If the WNBA wants to keep growing and ride the momentum Caitlin has helped create, supporting her on the sidelines isn't enough. They need to take real action to keep her safe on the court.
Finally, a player that's worth paying the money for. Caitlin Clark comes along. What do, WNBA? You beat her up. You treat her like crap. You treat her like she's dog doo-doo, dude. I never seen this in any sport, bro. Not even Jordan.
Here's what no one at WNBA headquarters seems willing to admit. Caitlin Clark's quad injury didn't just come out of nowhere. It wasn't a simple muscle tweak or a fluke accident during warm-ups. It happened because of constant, targeted rough play. Game after game, Clark was grabbed, shoved, and knocked around by defenders who looked more like they were wrestling than playing basketball. This wasn't just physical defense. It was excessive, even aggressive. And the most troubling part: the refs saw it happen and didn't step in. It felt like ignoring it was part of the playbook. If the WNBA wants to secure its future, it has to start by protecting the stars making that future possible, especially Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark has been moving in slow motion. As good as she's been moving in slow motion. And it is, it makes sense. It genuinely makes sense. All of this stuff. And you've got Scott Agnes, a reporter, saying that the injury has been bothering her since training camp. So she's been playing. So essentially, she was massaging the area and wearing a pad during the Iowa preseason game. They're saying lower leg injury for some reason. Minor quad strains need 2 to 4 weeks of rest, and they can nag you.
On May 26, 2025, the Indiana Fever announced that Caitlin Clark will be sidelined for at least 2 weeks due to a left quad strain. That means she'll miss a minimum of 4 games, assuming everything goes smoothly. But anyone familiar with sports injuries knows muscle strains can be unpredictable. Recovery timelines aren't exact. What looks like a 2-week absence could easily turn into 3 or 4, maybe longer. And with the Fever heading into a critical stretch of the season, losing their top player couldn't come at a worse time.
People are noting that a grade 1 quad strain is 1 to 2 weeks, a grade 2 quad strain is 3 to 6 weeks, and grade 3s would need surgery. This is not like the end of the world of injuries at all. I think what is so dark about this is that Caitlin Clark will definitely be missing a lot of basketball in a short WNBA season. Obviously, the best thing to do is to rest her so that when she does come back, she is fully healed and the injury can't get worse. Though it is hard to measure when these types of injuries are better, I will say having a quadricep injury is much better than having like a calf injury or a hamstring injury. And I have to say that I did notice in the Liberty game, Caitlin Clark's shots were all very short. So it was showing that she wasn't like getting off and she was having a difficult time making those threes, and a lot of explosiveness from those 3-point shots does come from your legs. Her shot was just so obviously off, and for it to be short, it kind of makes a little sense.
While the Indiana Fever are calling Caitlin Clark's injury a routine setback, new footage tells a different, and much more troubling, story. The now viral clip is from the game against the Atlanta Dream. That's the one where fans were yelling, "You're in Atlanta," like that somehow justified what followed. In the video, defenders are seen repeatedly making hard, unnecessary contact, grabbing Clark, shoving her, and leaning on her with the kind of force you'd expect in football, not basketball. This wasn't just physical play, it looked intentional. The hits kept coming, and the intensity kept rising. It didn't feel like defense, it felt like a strategy to wear her down. What's most disturbing? It all happened in plain sight, and no one did a thing to stop it.
Look at this. Look at how physical they are. Now, granted, Caitlin Clark has been in the weight room this season, but I'm telling you right now, there is only so much your body can take, man. Look at Look at how close Ryan Howard playing her. This is crazy. And this is just one video. I got another one I want to show you guys as well.
And here's where things start to come into focus. Several reports, including accounts from fans at games, say Caitlin Clark had been using heating pads on her quad for weeks, possibly dating back to the preseason. That's a big deal. We're talking about a player who hadn't missed a single game since 2017, playing 185 straight through college and into her rookie WNBA season, pushing through pain just to stay on the court. Yet despite the signs, the league did nothing. Instead of protecting her by calling obvious fouls and enforcing the rules, refs just let the rough play go on. Night after night, she took hit after hit, until her body finally gave out. This wasn't just an injury. It was a red flag that kept getting ignored, until it couldn't be anymore.
The commissioner's the worst commissioner in sports. She is horrible. She wants rivalries, this WWE style. Like, nobody wants to see that, Kathy. You're a horrible commissioner. You know what? Have some dignity and just resign today. You ruined this thing. You ruined a great thing. This could be the first time you don't need the NBA assistants to go in the green. But you're going to go in the red this year because you're an idiot. You're stupid, and the fans don't like this shit. We want to see quality basketball. Nobody's asking for Caitlin Clark to get a handout. We just want to see some fair refereeing, because these referees from Temu and Wayfair, they're garbage, bro. I seen better refereeing at a Pee Wee game, bro, at AAU. They suck. And then on top of that, the players, they're just not likable, man. They're not. That's the problem with the league. They're not likable. Caitlin Clark's likable.
If you found this coverage helpful, make sure to subscribe, because what's happening right now could shape the future of the WNBA. Let's talk timing. Caitlin Clark's injury couldn't have come at a worse moment for the league. The WNBA is already facing financial challenges, and many of them are self-inflicted. The numbers say it all. In 2024, 21 of the 24 most-watched WNBA games, each pulling over 1 million viewers, had one thing in common: Caitlin Clark. Her games averaged 19 million viewers. Games without her, just 394,000. That's not a small drop. It's a huge one, and we're already seeing the impact. Ticket prices for the highly anticipated Clark versus Angel Reese rematch dropped 42%, from $137 to $80 after news of her injury broke. That's not just lower prices, it's a clear sign of falling demand. The message is simple: Caitlin Clark is the league's biggest draw. She's the reason fans are tuning in, buying tickets, and keeping the WNBA in the spotlight. Without her on the floor, that momentum slows, and so does the league's growth.
Be here with you guys today. If there wasn't any worry going on in the WNBA executive offices, if there was no worry, oh, people aren't going to turn off, oh, people are still going to show up, if that was the thought that they were having up there in WNBA La La Land, well, now might be the time to hit the panic button. 48 hours after news hits that Caitlin Clark is injured and she'll be missing 2 weeks, the market has responded, and the market has told the WNBA, we don't want this. We want her, but we don't want this. What am I talking about? Indiana Fever ticket prices to games over the next 2 weeks have dropped 42% since Caitlin Clark's injury announcement. An average ticket price of $137, all the way down to $80.
Stephen A. Smith didn't hold back when talking about Caitlin Clark's absence. He made it clear he'll be watching to see what happens to the WNBA's ratings now that she's off the court. And he didn't sugarcoat his prediction: they're going to drop fast. According to Smith, if the numbers take a sharp hit, and all signs suggest they will, it'll prove just how much the league depends on Clark. If there is a precipitous drop-off, he said, then everybody needs to stand down and recognize the fact that the speculation or assumptions about her being the golden goose are validated. And the numbers back him up. Clark's recent matchup with Angel Reese drew an incredible 7 million viewers, peaking at 1 million. That made it the most-watched regular season WNBA game in over 25 years, something the league hasn't seen since the NBC days. Now, the WNBA is about to face a tough reality. When your biggest star isn't playing, the spotlight fades, and so does the attention.
How big of a blow is this to the W?
We'll find out.
We don't know yet, but I'm going to be really, really interested in seeing, Molly, what kind of effect this has on the WNBA's ratings. Because if for some reason there is a precipitous drop-off, then everybody needs to stand down and recognize the fact that the speculation or the assertions and assumptions about her being the golden goose is validated.